I personally believe that the goal of any Santero should be independence. This does not mean breaking up with godparents or anything like that. But, you know, people die, relationships crumble, relationships fade over time, and people move, okay? So those are just reasons why you, yes, should always maintain a good, positive relationship with your elder. But again, people die, people move, and sometimes relationships fade away, and sometimes there's a big falling out, and you no longer have that individual. So no different than having a biological child of your own, you want to give them the tools so that they don't need to call you to hold their hand for every little thing, okay? Now in the podcast, I was saying that I think for me personally, the three most important things that a Santero can learn, at least the basics, is master yung moyuba, master how to cast obi, and master how to do the matanzas, which is the sacrificing of animals. At least the basic fowl, the basic birds, hens, roosters. The goal is to be able to be self-sufficient. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning your godparents. It means that your godparents are giving the information that you need and the knowledge that you need so that you can be self-sustainable, so that if 3 o'clock in the morning you want to cast obi to whoever, you don't have to hit up your godparent because you moved to China and they stayed in California and now the time differences are crazy and you have an emergency and you need to feed somebody. You don't need to make a phone call because you know that your godparent has given you the knowledge that you need to do things for yourself. The other side of that coin is not just the godparent giving you that knowledge, but you attending their ceremonies and you know, educating yourself. Whether that means courses, whether that means in person, whatever that means, however it is way that you attain that information, assuming that it is a legitimate source. So it's a two-way street when it comes to learning. If you get a reading and it comes out that you have to feed, I don't know, for example, a turtle and Ochun wants quail or whatever, you gotta give about the last friggin' huge bowl, you gotta give 16 pigeons or some shit to about that. You can be like, okay, and you take it and you let them talk, okay. And the next thing that will be out of your mouth is, okay, as opposed to, how much do you charge for that? Or how soon can I get this done? Why? Because you already know how to do it yourself. And you give your own ubatala, and you give your own warriors, you feed whoever by yourself. Instead of, oh, that'll be 321 and it has to be on my time and this and that. Now, some things, yes, you do need other people, but in a pinch, if I had a reading and said, I gotta feed my warriors and there was no one around, I can do it myself. And I say there's no one around, not because I need it, but it is nice to have someone else hold the bird, okay? Of course, you know, 4-legged animals, you're gonna need a damn person to hold the goat, whatever it is that you're sacrificing. And it's a lot more complicated or complex when doing a 4-legged animal. But also, it's not just a sacrifice. I wanna add the caveat that then you also have to prepare the meat, and everything that gets sacrificed gets eaten unless it's sarayeye. Those are all just details. But if you're knowledgeable in all the intricacies, you don't have to pay anybody else. You get the damn animals yourself. And you do what you were told on the mat. Or you do what you were told by Ifa. Or you do what you were told by the Elegun, the person who's mounted by the Santo, and they tell you, Chango wants a friggin' rooster. And you don't have to ask anybody, you know. Instead of, hey, so when do you think I can come by and can you let me know what your derecho is? You're always gonna be dependent on somebody else if you don't have the knowledge of how to do things yourself. And I say that, yes, this is a community-based religion, but there are things that you can do yourself. You do not need a tribe of people. You know, this isn't a pinado. If you're feeding your warriors because it's their birthday or whatever, you want to do some kind of a bowl, you were told, it's not a pinado, it's not a crowning, it's not receiving asohano, You're not receiving anything that's crazy complex. You just want to give a damn chicken to el igual because that's what it said in your reading. And if you don't know how to do that yourself, then you're always going to be up somebody's ass in someone's piggy bank. And that doesn't do nothing to benefit you. It sure as hell does something to benefit the person who's giving you the reading or whoever told you to do X, Y, Z. It benefits them for them to be able to say, oh yeah, that'll be 321, and then, whatever, and you have to bring the animals and this and that. It's a lot easier just to go to a farm, get the animal yourself, get the coconut. Okay, I got the coconut, the honey, and okay, I need the fun if I'm feeling batala, and X, Y, Z, bam, 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 bam. And you do it yourself, and you don't gotta pay nobody. You don't gotta be up anybody's ass, and you don't have to be in nobody's piggy bank. And you live all the way in China, and your godparents all the way in America, or Cuba, wherever. So what then you fly them over? Or you're gonna fly over there? No. And you don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, it doesn't get done. Why? Because of your lack of knowledge. Lack of paying attention, lack of educating yourself, lack of asking questions, or the opposite, lack of a godparent that's willing to teach. Okay? Or patient, yada, yada, yada. So that's huge. You don't want to be anybody's piggy bank. And you don't want to be constantly up your godparents' ass for every little thing simply because you want to be lazy and not master Omoyuba, not master how to cast Obi, not master how to do basic matanzas, not master how to do basic eboses. What else? Yeah, it's just like the super basic stuff. I'm sure I can get into more, but this is just a real brief summary of that podcast. If you haven't heard already, then give it a listen and let me know what you think. So, peace out.